Obviously, good team win against a good team. Obviously, big divisional game playing at home. I thought our fans were outstanding. It felt loud to me, and I say this respectfully for the first time since I've been here, like really loud, and I think that helped. Man, we did a lot of things well. Special teams came up. I mean, Frank Crum gets a PAT block. Field position, I felt like we played on their end of the field, and one of the keys we felt, these guys have really all season, the last 4 weeks, have really been flipping the script and playing on the opponent's side of the field. So there'll be some things, obviously, we want to clean up. Guys will be out of here for a while. And then we get ready to go for, I don't know, a Sunday night game here in a couple weeks. So any questions?
Sean, given the way the game in Kansas City ended last year, I mean, Will's trotting out there. It's the same distance, 35
Yeah, 5 for
yards and all
5.
that.
He had a great night.
What is it? I mean, the number of big kicks he's made this year, the confidence you have.
Listen, I saw it in New Orleans. That's why he's here.
Coach to your left, Bo, especially on that last drive at the one to Sutton. And then
It's outstanding.
How did he perform tonight, kind of in a big
I think
moment?
real well. He won. That's his job. He won. And against a pretty stingy defense that can give you problems, you know, there were some big plays there. You know, we had some early field position in the first half, and I'm like, man, there's a couple of those field goals. One of them just needed to be a touchdown, but I felt at halftime good about where we were relative to the matchup of our defense and their offense. Their early start, first 15 type team, and I felt like, you know, aside from some of the penalties, you know, we did a good job in all 3 phases.
Coach, on the defensive side, Jaquan came up big, 2 sacks.
2 sacks, interception, all of it.
How
Game
big was
ball,
he?
outstanding. Big. It was a good win.
Coach, what is it about these spots? You got no Surtain, no Singleton, no Dobbins. Through your career, you've had an ability and knack to get teams to play their best when people don't think they don't have much of a chance.
I think, look, it's not me. It's training your culture, you know. This Nick Saban quote about toughness, really not necessarily physical, but, you know, the mental and how much you can take. And he likened it to hurricane windows. You can get the 139s, the 150s, or the 189s. And obviously, if you go up, they cost more. So I went through that same thing with the beach house. And it's finding the 189s. And sometimes you got to pass on something that might look attractive, but it's finding those guys that can tune out the noise, and there's been a lot of noise, like a lot of just, I won't comment on it, but anyway. And I hear some of the narratives, and I just want to, like, cry. But anyway. It is what it is. That's your jobs. But our jobs are to focus on the wins and to focus on, there's a way to win each game, and the players deserve a chance to have that. And so sometimes that can vary, but in a game where, you know, a lot of guys were banged up and they were fully healthy, it's a big win.
Sean, and going back, you know, he asked about J-Mac, but your whole defense, what can you say about their effort today?
It was significant. It just the intensity, you know. We talked about all week being in a position where, and I heard Bill Cowher in the pregame show was saying that, hey, we're playing with house money, and I was like, shh, be quiet, you know, because we approached that game like this team had nothing to lose in that game. That team we were playing was playing for a lot, and I wanted to make sure we were aggressive. We were going to take the ball if we won the toss. Well, we didn't win the toss, but we got the ball. But it was, you know, we were playing in a game where the pressure was on them, and our guys responded well.
Sean, what can you say to us about J.K. Dobbins' injury situation, and if he's
No updates. I'll keep you posted.
is he out for the season?
No
or not?
updates. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, and then just
Next question.
With the running game today.
Next question.
Your thoughts on the running game today?
Thought it was good enough.
Yeah, Sean, along the same lines what you were talking about, just when you got here, the Chiefs were king. I mean, they had Mahomes for 15 more years.
More.
But
Look,
you,
if you go back, and all of us were there, we had a Thursday night game was the first time we played them. And we defensively played them really well on that Thursday night game. We were awful on offense, and we had a poor plan. Then we played them at home, and we took the ball away 5 times and had a decisive win. So we were split with them at that point. Last year, obviously, the last game of the season was a different game. I think that loss in Kansas City was where the 189 miles per hour was tested. And that was a tough, gut-wrenching loss. But I think there was a feeling, and if you look at our record from that loss, there was a feeling that, we belong here. And so, and I think, there's either wins or losses. But the response after that game last year with the blocked field goal, was super. And so there was some irony, obviously, when we were taking a knee to kick the field goal. But I just, I think that confidence thing that we always talk about exists in that locker room with this group of guys. It's special. And so, they'll have some time to recover and then get ready for that next stretch of 6 games. I think we're 3 home, 3 away, if I'm not mistaken.
Sean, that third quarter touchdown drive just looked like you guys were moving quicker, a little bit more offensively.
Here comes the tempo question. Let's go.
What?
I'm gonna give you the call sheet.
Did you run? Did you go more?
No,
tempo
no.
in
There
that,
were 3 plays basically. We tempoed. One, I felt sometimes you hurry to beat maybe a challenge, and so anyway. Next question.
In your experience with championship teams, do you need the kind of battle wins that you've had to get to this point?
I think there's a journey that if you tracked any championship team, I think you would find, the tough wins, the close ones, you start doing the math with it. I can recall a number of our better teams, holy cow, just devastating losses and yet rebounding. That 09 Super Bowl team, we lost the last 3 games of the regular season. We lost to Dallas. Then we lost in overtime to Tampa, but then we had the 1 seed, sat our starters. Everyone was up in arms. We had the 1 seed. I felt we needed rest, and then we went on. And so I think, and you guys have covered this game long enough, you could pick seasons, and there's going to be those heavy wins. And so part of culture is finding the right ingredients. Everyone wants to talk about it, but I think it's really important to identify those traits with either your rookies or your free agents. You guys have covered the team, and you get a chance to, I don't know how you think, but I think that's important.
And tonight was a heavy win?
Tonight was a win. Obviously, it's a division win. And, it might, I would say, look, I'd be lying right to everyone if I didn't say that it was a big win. It got us to 9, and it kept them, where are they at? 5. Yeah.
Sean, you mentioned that game in 23 and the defensive plan you had. I mean, Vance and your defense has done such a good job against them since you've been here. What's gone into that, and what'd you make of the defensive performance?
I think changing the looks with respect to Patrick, man, he's something. Trying to keep him in the pocket and eliminate some of the, the 3rd and 20, he climbs up and, we give up an interference, but rushing him the right way and then playing coverage the right way, it's tough, especially when they're healthy with all their skill players like they were tonight.